Hi, I'm Ashley Swartz, founder of Furious Minds, and this is my weekly segment on BTV. I want to talk this week about the underestimated importance of context in online video advertising. And we talk about it as a buzzword, but it just hasn't come into sort of our lexicon of advertising and online video as much as I think it should, based on some of the things we've seen in the last 12 months in video and that we're going to see in the coming 12 months. If we do a little recap on 2011 and what that looked like for the industry, we had a shortage of premium pre-roll video inventory. We saw CPMs of over $20. Video consumption and the voracious appetite of consumers went unchanged. And we had further adoption of connected mobile devices that were media-centric, like the iPad and smartphones, which was increasing video consumption on those devices across the board. YouTube invested $100 million in the creation of online content, and this started sort of a windfall of folks standing up and paying attention when they made a very overt decision and announcement to shift from a platform to a content provider. In 2012, it just continued. We started with the new fronts where all big media went big on premium video. They doubled down and said they are absolutely spending dollars and they see the premiums and CPMs to continue, and they're going to invest in creating inventory. Google increased its investment by $200 million more to drive audience to that $100 million of content they created online. eMarketer is suggesting that at a point in time in 2012, 71% of the US internet audience is watching online video. They think that in this year, in 2012, we're going to see total online video advertising spend, which is mostly pre-roll, of $3.1 billion. And that was after being up 52% in 2011 over 2010. Nothing's changing. If anything, we're only gaining more momentum. A recent Break Media study said that 63% of advertisers intend to spend on premium online video advertising in 2012, which is a substantial increase from last year. So everything's coming up roses, right? Everything's great. We're looking good. I don't think so. I think we're about ready to hit a tipping point where we need to start to drive innovation in order to be able to wrangle in the massive amount of video to make it usable, findable, and actually valuable for advertisers as well as for audiences. And audiences, most importantly, first and foremost. So Molly Wood of CNET put out a really interesting article in April of this year, and she's joined by many others that have said, and her article was titled, "For Digital Video to Live, the 30-second pre-roll must die." Pretty bold statement, and a lot of them have been murmuring 30-second pre-roll and post-roll as though it's a bad word in the industry, but people keep buying it, and the premium CPMs have fairly well held. I think that's going to change, but they're still in that sort of $18 to $20 range. So why do so many in the industry think that pre-roll is a dirty word, and what's broken? By 2016, Cisco says that 1.2 million minutes or 674 days of video will flow through the pipes of the interweb every second. Just stop for a minute and take that in. There will be in 2015, over 15 billion connected devices that are video enabled. That's 2 per every person on the planet. So the big question is, how the hell are audiences going to find all this video content? And if audiences can't find it, advertisers can't find audience. We don't really have a video AdWords equivalent. A lot of folks are working on it and talking about it, but the reality is that when it takes 100,000 views to even tag a video on YouTube right now, we're a long way from the reality of video content being easily searchable and discoverable. And this is an issue. So one of the things I've always said is that if content is king, context is his queen. And that's really important when it comes to discovery. We're going to need tools and methodologies to actually make the video content, the in-video content, more searchable and discoverable and curatable for audiences. The curation goes a long way to personalization, which is a big part of the online video viewing experiences. And we as advertisers and content owners can't forget that. So in comes time-based metadata or content-related data. What are these? So at any point in time in a video, if you take a scene, there are a series of objects, actors, sounds, audio, soundtrack, etc. If we tag those and log those in a database, we can actually marry them to points in time in a video, and we can attach to them deeper engagement. So we can allow, for example, someone while watching a video to learn more about an actor or an actress, or the old tired and true story of Jennifer Aniston's sweater and Friends, actually dive in and engage with an object and drive to a purchase or a transaction, which is the opportunity for advertisers. these tools will be essential for actually sorting through and sifting video content. If we simply look at tagging video and making that something with which we target advertising, we look at the possibility of new industries emerging and new sectors in advertising. For example, video SEO. It's really not an industry that we've talked about or looked at. Advertisers, content providers as well, will need to start looking at optimizing their in-video tagging as well as optimizing their around video meta tags. At the end of the day, there are two companies that I think are most notable. That is Veenome and Watchwith. Veenome is a sort of B2B company that has a data API that actually unmasks tags in video content. You can actually leverage their API to target advertising if you're a video ad network, for example. And they've seen with some of their partners a 2x lift in both value of the inventory. So a 114%, I think, increase in CPM is one of their case studies, and a 2x lift in the performance of the targeting of the inventory when they actually use context in lieu of just behavior. Watchwith is another interesting company that's quite notable. They're working with large content providers to allow and enable time-based metadata tagging for what is television content, long-form content alike. And I believe that you're going to see large content owners and networks starting to actually allow for GRP plus like targeting, where when you have a second screen experience and you have what is coming through the first screen meta tagged, you can target on the second screen with deeper engagement as well as with advertising that is appended to something relevant that is happening in the moment within the program. I think this is a place we should all look at. I think it's going to drive the value of online video, and I absolutely believe that we need to do something to improve upon our 30-second and 15-second pre-roll standards. The fact that we're still using derivative creative from television suggests that this industry is not moving as fast as it should, and given the increase in dollars going there, we need to start actually giving it a bit more effort and focus. Thanks. Have a great day.